But are you remembering it from a time that Nick told you, or from the podcast?
No, from the podcast.
All right, well, if Kevin says I
no
no
from
reason
the
to doubt
podcast
it.
for sure.
Wait, he's not like our stenographer. I mean,
He's an historic. Look, you know what?
He's an
Kevin Cromwell. I dub thee the official Schnozzcast historian.
And see, that,
Okay,
and
so
this is what we were saying earlier about him being the king over there.
Well,
so
this is what I was just gonna say.
Look,
we touched on the fact that you're upset that he's looking to you for acknowledgement.
Oh, I'm not.
And
no,
now you're dubbing him something.
Well, but look, did anyone ever watch Lost when it came out?
No,
Yes.
stupid.
Yes.
I watched the whole
Yes.
series on
So
the. It was the stupidest show ever.
No, it
No.
But it was a
wasn't.
great
And
show.
no, at the
Agree
beginning,
Agree to disagree, sir.
to the very
However,
end.
Sorry, not sorry.
However, we can both admit the fact that they had an historian
Yeah.
to keep shit straight, and so that they could, because every once in a while, when you get to like season 5, the directors were like, "Oh, we're gonna have Sawyer do this, and then we're gonna have Kate do this," and the
And
historian
then the
would be
black smoke.
You
and,
can't do that because back in season 2, episode 4, they did this and this.
And then what happened in season 6 and 7? Did they like totally forget that because they got?
This is not a critique on Lost, sir.
wait,
I'm just
wait,
trying to
wait,
explain to
hold
you what
on.
a historian does.
Hold on,
I
hold
got
on.
you.
And I feel like that's the role that you.
Hold on,
Yeah.
6 and 7.
It's only 6.
You just
Okay,
said you
so-
didn't.
okay.
But you just said you didn't like the show.
When you watch
No, he said watch the whole series.
You have to watch the whole series.
And
Yeah.
upon finishing it, said, "This is the biggest piece of shit I've
So,
ever
he,
wasted
so,
my
so he's
time."
going like this. He's like, "Fuck this show."
But that was the kind of show it
It
was.
was. It started great. It had great potential.
Right. That was probably the last show that people would continue to watch, even though they were like, "I fucking hate this show, but I
Exactly.
can't. I gotta figure out how it ends."
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the last one of those shows.
Because it didn't make sense, but it made perfect sense.
I don't
No.
know.
But what I'm saying
With
is there
Huey
was a
and
lot
all
of
that,
thought
no.
that went into
It
it,
was a ton of thought.
but it was like the big monster in the forest and all that. I mean, it was fucking stupid. It was
No,
like
it was stupid.
the polar bear.
yeah.
But all that shit got well. I shouldn't say all that shit. A lot of that got explained later. A lot of it.
It was almost like with girls with a soap opera.
It built a mythology.
It's so ridiculous. Like you just performed
Look,
surgery on
I
yourself.
could literally do a
kicked
whole
your grandma down a flight of
2-hour
stairs.
podcast about Lost. There
And-
was a mythology that was built about the show.
You know, I think you
And
do
Some
mine-
that.
people liked it. Some people fucking hated
And you just mined the biggest diamond in history.
I happen to love
You know,
it. I totally respect
I
it.
love
If you got,
I love it.
If
It
you
was-
lost patience, I totally understand.
But I did
why.
watch the whole series.
And I respect you for that because,
Yeah.
and I know you were like, I fucking hate the show.
This is getting
I
stupid as
can't.
shit, but
I
I'm
can't
like,
stop. I gotta figure out how it ends.
yeah.
Long story short, they had an historian. That was their job, and I feel like that's your. You're the best person to nominate for that position here with Schnozzcast, sir. And that's why we should respect his opinion about what happened 4 episodes ago.
I'm just looking for permission to fly by Goose.
The pattern's full of Ghost Rider.
Patterns full. Ghost Rider.
Yes.
Ghost Rider?
I'm not-
Was that what the call sign was? I haven't seen the movie in a long time.
Neither have I. I'm just asking.
No, Ghost Rider? Yeah.
Is that a call sign?
I
in
got
Top
your
Gun?
6 Ghost Rider or something like that.
No,
Yeah.
well, yeah, it said the
Goose.
pattern's full.
Yeah.
Well, I know Goose, and Maverick, yeah. But
Yeah.
apart from that, Iceman but that's where I kind of draw a line.
No, you're thinking of the Iceman Cometh.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about.
No, but no, they were trying to do a flyby and they wanted permission. They got denied. They said the
Because-
pattern was full.
Ghost Rider was their plane as them as a team.
Okay.
Ghost Rider's the plane.
So I was accurate. I was accurate in that. I couldn't
Oh, okay.
remember.
All right.
Yeah, as a plane they were called Ghost Rider, but as individuals it was Goose and
Goose and
Maverick.
Maverick. Yeah, that's a great movie, but
I agree. I definitely agree.
Now hold on. That's the kind of shit that Joe would be pulling right now.
Wow, that was
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, Joe, if you're watching.
You know that's true.
It's a
Sorry for
slap in the
watching,
face
Joe.
if I've ever.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
We've all bagged on Joe for that, but I'm like, come on, man.
I see what you're trying to do. You're
I
trying to do.
Yeah, but
Thanks, Kevin.
But look, look,
wow.
we were out for a couple drinks with Joe last night.
I
We
heard.
talked about the podcast. We
I,
all talked about what had we had to do the podcast. That was one of the things that we had to do. Can we make those sounds while someone else is talking?
That's why we look for you for approval, Bob.
No approval.
You're the hand of God.
you're like the sound engineer over there.
Hard no.
I don't know.
What are we at? 140?
Oh, 132. Only 8 minutes off.
I can't believe we still have four viewers.
Well, it's been going up, and I was up to 8 at
I was
one
saying,
time.
people have been coming in and going, so.
Coming in and going?
Coming in and going.
I think I really need to use the bathroom now. Let me just step away. And they're still at it. Well, I guess I'll just see what happened since I was last on there. Nah, still idiots. Maybe I'll go change the oil in my car and
Change the oil. I'm like,
Perfect time right now.
a bit dark out here to be doing this, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm an enterprising young man. I got a light in the garage.
Shit, my neighbor's always doing stuff like that. They wait till the dark, then they start bringing out the flashlights and working on my car.
Yeah.
No time like the
I can be that
present.
guy. I can be that guy.
Yeah, seriously.
That's your
Nick
neighbor that blares
furiously
music at 10
writing
o'clock
notes.
at night.
Oh, up till 11 o'clock at night. I
Nick
hate that
furiously
guy.
writing notes.
No.
Fucking Bob told me I was like Joe.
Don't you wish you knew?
I was waiting earlier when you were taking credit for everything to figure out a way to take credit for the entire podcast.
I took credit for the podcast.
No, I was waiting. That's what I was waiting for.
Well,
you guys know we wouldn't really be doing this podcast if it wasn't for X thing I did.
I do a lot of good things.
I would have. Look, between you and you, I would have given either one of you credit for that. Whoever's going to seize it, I'll give it to you. Because it would have just sit here and it would have just,
Been crickets.
yeah, would have been an idea that never got
sorry.
realized.
I don't want to get on a tangent.
As I turn I don't want to get on a tangent.
I've already
Here's what I think.
had my hand slapped a couple times tonight.
Oh, once.
And I've taken credit.
Hold
for
on,
a
who
lot-
slapped your hand more than once?
Excuse me. And,
Shut the fuck up.
I taken credit for a lot of things tonight, so I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
It was a joint effort,
Yeah.
but it couldn't have happened
Hey,
How hard?
without Phil Anton.
but it can't happen without the viewers, all right?
I was saying, how much did that hurt to say? No?
Dude, it's difficult.
I can't even.
It's difficult. Well, I already made Corey laugh harder than he has in his life.
Yeah.
I made Bob with
But-
Spanish
well,
Flea,
but-
so
but-
I
but
can't
hold on, but
capitalize
did you
on tooting my
start-
horn the whole
What?
night.
Did you start the whole cheese in the baby face?
No.
What? Wait, what? We're back to that?
He made a comment
Oh, I
that
know.
was a Taylor Swift lyric that I called him out for.
Yeah,
I just want to give
saw
Kevin.
that.
So
I just want to give
actually-
Kevin credit for giving it the greatest name ever. Cheese in a baby's face.
Danielle.
So actually, I should take credit for that.
Danielle noted
Oh,
that
damn.
something clever I said
Oh,
was not.
was Taylor
was
Swift.
shamelessly
From him.
Yeah.
stolen and plagiarized
Oh,
by
yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Remember, I was watching.
It was actually created by Taylor Swift. There was no
it's
such.
not creative.
No,
There was no such old adage.
hold on. I
Whoa.
must say for Nick in this regard, what has Taylor Swift actually ever created in her whole life?
Nothing.
All of her music.
Several multi-platinum.
No,
That-
she sang them from other
Broken
people wrote
Hearts.
them.
Did she
No,
though?
she's wrote all of her music.
She just wrote all
All
of her music.
Don't even get me
She wrote all of her
started.
music.
All of her music.
All of her music.
She's kind of defensive over here.
I am defensive. I'll stick
She
up
is
for T
defensive.
Swift.
God.
So we got echo going on here too now.
What else you got?
Somewhere Taylor's on a diamond bedazzled laptop going, "Thank you, girlfriend. Thank you."
I think I have one Taylor Swift song on my phone.
Yeah?
Which one?
Don't say it.
I'm sure Danielle could guess it. If there was,
Shake it off.
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
Corey got it.
it's fucking catchy. I'm not gonna apologize for it.
It's very catchy.
I don't know what to tell you.
It is.
Catchy.
I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, no, more power to you.
I'm not gonna
That's
apologize.
As you shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
More than fine by me.
It's amazing. Growing up, my grandfather used to always tell me that, if you fell and you skinned your knee or something like that, and I'd be in pain, he'd be like, "Hey, just get up and shake it off, man." And I didn't realize that Taylor Swift had created that. So that was amazing. Thank you, Grandpa.
Time traveler.
There's a huge difference between shake it off and people throw. What was it? People throw rocks at or
Things that shine.
things that
I
shine.
had a piece of cheese right now.
Throw it right on your baby face.
On your baby
face.
fucking face.
And there's Wayne.
My dad used to say to me, "Get the fuck up. Stop being a fucking pussy." Is that also a song by Taylor Swift?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
actually.
excellent. Okay. She was such a visionary ahead of her time.
Yes.
So many songs. So many songs. Well, right now it's time for another segment called "What's in Bob's Fridge."
Another, going back to you talking about Letterkenny, we did watch the Leaving Neverland.
Oh.
And
Wow.
You
I
wanna
didn't
give
see it.
us
I
a-
didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Right. Oh no, hold on. So
I won't give any spoilers.
No, but you were going to give a review of that one, and you also watched
Well,
One True Neighbor.
I got about halfway through that.
That's fair. Okay.
Someone else was sleeping.
Somebody fell asleep.
That's fair.
I don't know who it was though.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Oh,
But yeah, Leaving Neverland.
After all you did to
did
me.
you try this?
No.
Here, try.
No, I'm okay.
Seriously?
Yeah.
He doesn't want your craft beer.
I would say he doesn't want to feel like Joe drinking other people's beer.
No, if that's true, he would have just taken
wow.
it.
Joe thinks
Well,
that.
yeah.
He would have just taken it
No.
and said, "Oh, can I have a?"
Yeah, I
Well,
take
no.
offense to that
No,
on my
because
behalf.
in that
and
case,
Joe's.
you'd have to have some old pizza tray.
Yeah, that is true too.
Not bad.
What are the teddy bears on the front?
Careful that, motherfucker.
Oh, I was just asking.
No, well, to be fair, if you're not a
To be fair.
I don't know.
if you're not a Grateful Dead fan, yeah, that's one of the Dead's logos. They're good on the advertising. Okay,
You saw,
so
so you
back
saw
to
that. You saw that, right? It
leaving,
just happened, yeah.
back to Leaving Neverland.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
Oh, I haven't finished it.
fucked up.
wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Like they don't spare any detail.
Nope.
Now, is this from the standpoint of the people
I'm
who are
weak, I know.
accusing him of
The two
abuse?
guys that have actually stepped forward to say that they were abused by him.
Which they both testified in court that they were not, and the one guy testified
They were
twice
not?
that they were not. But
So-
now they're coming out and saying they were.
So a little bit of perjury there.
A little bit.
So how are we supposed to take them seriously?
Exactly. There were a
Oh,
couple.
okay. So when you say like wow, you mean like wow? I can't believe someone had the balls to come out and.
Well, it's just like some of the stuff they said. I mean, you can't really for sure know that it is like 100% like true.
Okay.
But then there was a couple other things that they showed. Like there was a video that was shown, like Michael Jackson, like a recording of him, and
Yeah.
it was creepy, so creepy.
Really?
Yeah, because as soon as it was over, Corey goes, "My skin is crawling right now."
There
It
was
was
some
really
pretty
weird.
there were some pictures taken with like the two dudes that
Yeah.
were just not appropriate.
Just not right, huh?
Yeah.
wonderful thing in the world to share your bed with a child.
And
Oh.
and then like the parents too.
Oh
To
yeah,
allow it.
the
The-
parents.
Michael
They're
Jackson's
so
parents?
no,
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 the
parents of the kids.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
oh my god, this is the guy's
just thought-
great.
They just thought it's normal that I'm gonna be separated on the other
See,
side of the mansion.
that's-
Yeah,
the way people were talking about it, I'm like, man, there must be some sort of crazy bombshell that. If you're telling me that these people have already been in court and said no, he didn't do those things, and now
Oh,
for a
yeah.
documentary,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
I'm like,
Yeah, they're looking for that money
okay,
though.
Yeah, yeah.
But what is this on that we can watch it?
It's
Yeah,
Netflix.
it's
No,
Netflix,
not
right?
HBO.
Oh, it's the
HBO?
HBO
Yeah.
special.
HBO.
Actually, my Carla actually.
My car.
My
My
Carla.
Yeah,
You don't
my
own it,
Carla.
Kevin.
Nice.
She actually.
Still digging that.
Yeah, exactly. No, she actually paid for the HBO subscription just to watch that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she
really?
canceled it, but yeah.
I mean,
And then
it's,
she's like, I'm never watching this again. It's crazy.
very interesting.
Yeah.
It was a little bit longer than necessary.
Wasn't there a show called My Carla?
iCarly.
Oh, that is.
Yeah.
What close?
All right, so unless you got something more to say about that,
no,
I
mean, I recommend it. I say, yeah, I don't want to give any,
You
any
were
spoilers.
recommending-
No spoiler alerts?
Oh, no, yeah, I'm not going to give any spoilers on it because there are a lot of things in it that you're watching, and all of a sudden you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
but still, while you're watching them, like you have no idea whether any of that shit's true,
Right.
No, but see,
Because the veracity of the witnesses of these people who are testifying
Yeah.
is called into question because they already testified that none of those things ever happened.
right, but just if you, and that's why you have to watch it yourself to see the demeanor of the two accusers.
The emotion.
It's
alone.
yeah, you watch them and you're like, either these dudes are the greatest actors in the world,
Mhm.
or they do seriously have some sort of
Right.
deep underlying issue now, because the way they're talking and some of the just the looks they give, you're like, yeah, these aren't two normal dudes. And even the one guy goes as far as to, because he's married now, both of them are married with wives and kids, and the one guy actually said he was afraid that he was going to
Do that.
Be a
gain,
pedophile.
Yeah.
gain feelings of pedophilia towards his
Wow.
kid. To come out, I mean, for me to come out and say that on no matter what amount of money,
Yeah.
to come out and say that about your own child on a documentary,
Write yourself, yeah.
yeah, you'd really
Right. Right.
He's gonna do a little bit of therapy.
and the way they, and I will say too, the one thing, like the way that they say, because they at the time they're like, no, we didn't think it was wrong, like,
Right. They were, both of them said they were like in love with him, and they still love him. Yeah.
So like I said, I do highly recommend it.
Okay. Fair
It's
enough.
it's
Yes.
Is that your pick of the week?
You can
that would
honestly,
that would be my pick of the week.
Thank you, sir.
you can honestly say though, like you could see why when they went to trial 2 different times for different accusers. You could see why there was reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
definitely see why.
Okay.
So it was good.
All right. What about
Well,
Fred Rogers?
I'm only about halfway through that, and like I said, someone else
Okay.
fell asleep. But
Okay.
it's
What is it?
I had
You-
to watch
should
a
we-
5-hour
Should
documentary
we
on
hold
Michael Jackson.
off on that until you finish this?
5 hours.
On
No, I
which
don't
one?
think it
Revisit
probably
it next
5
time.
hours.
we'll revisit next. But
Okay.
it's called "Won't You Be My Neighbor."
Okay,
It's
I
on
heard you
HBO.
talking about it.
It's on-
But it's-
Now that you've already canceled HBO.
I think
It's also
it's
on HBO.
also on Netflix though.
Okay, but is it
Or-
5 hours
no.
long?
No,
It might have been on
It's
Hulu, I
oh,
found
okay.
it.
No.
no. The
HBO.
Leaving Neverland was like it was about
I could be wrong.
3 hours and 45 minutes.
What about
but
the other one though? The other one I'm
5 hours.
interested in.
the Mr. Rogers one is only
It's like 2 hours.
I'll
Okay.
say 2 hours at the most.
I can watch
And I
it
guess that's
sometime.
like 90 something minutes.
Yeah, and at least I'm about halfway through that one.
Do they mention Macaulay?
Yes.
Oh yeah, God yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, because he was one of the people.
Culkin.
He's one of the people that came forward and said that nothing had ever happened to him.
Oh.
Right. Right.
And he still stands by it to this day that nothing ever happened.
But and that's why another reason to watch too, because like there's a whole spin on why like the parents think that he did it to their kids as opposed to more famous kids.
Well, yeah, because he could pay him off.
Yeah, same enough. But you don't know how famous these kids gonna get though.
Well, the
No, like
one,
Macaulay
That's true.
Culkin was already insanely famous because he had already been through Home Alone.
Right.
He
that's
had
what
already
I'm
done
saying,
that. He had
right.
already gone through
Yeah.
it.
Like nobody, like
Gotcha.
but the one accuser that's on there right now is a well-known choreographer.
No.
He did all the
Yes.
choreography for
No.
NSYNC
And thinking Britney Spears.
Okay.
Well, is it because of his connections with Michael
Yes.
Jackson?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So he built that up. It wasn't already built up before.
No, he was from Australia.
It all comes full circle, sir.
Right.
He wore.
I
I
thought-
was saying he wore a crazy
I bet he had a hat.
Yeah, yeah.
Crocodile Dundee hat.
Don't like it when you wear that hat. you always interrupt
Yeah.
with that hat next to blanket.
Oh wow! Wow.
Well, we're at 1 hour and 45 minutes live. If you guys want to wrap up the live and take a quick break.
Yeah, I think so. Do you want to, Daniel? Do you have like a pick of the week you want to recommend?
Besides that,
Yeah. Besides, well, that was Corey. I want to give that to Corey.
Something you tasted at Sam's Club, maybe?
I didn't know it's Costco. I didn't go to Costco this week.
While you were slumming around Costco, taking all the free samples.
No, I didn't.
No pick of the week.
No, because I was that was the one thing I was thinking of.
Good job, Corey.
Well, we watched it together.
Oops, poopsie.
Corey and Danielle's pick of the week.
What about the only new thing you watched all week was that
Yeah, because there's 2 parts to it. It's very long.
music? What about music recommendations that you can make?
New music?
No, something that you really like that you maybe never talked about that you like to. Doesn't have to be Taylor Swift. It can be anybody.
Or what do you normally drink when you're on the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, my White Claw that
Yeah.
I'm not drinking tonight?
Yeah.
There you go. That's
Yep.
that's a recommendation.
Yes.
That's
Okay,
a pick.
yes.
So White Claw and
Yeah.
White Claw is
specific
a
flavors.
Yeah.
It is a water spritzer.
It's not a water spritzer.
Tonic.
Okay, tonic water. It's still
With
water.
it's got booze
With-
in it, right?
Booze and flavoring.
Booze.
Booze and
I
flavor.
believe it's vodka.
That's the booze.
I think
booze
so.
flavor. Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna assume so.
Malt liquor.
What's your favorite flavor?
Probably raspberry.
Oh,
Okay.
cover your ears, Joe.
Or the bloodworms. That one's really good too.
You sure it's not schnozberry?
It's not Schnozzberry.
Damn it.
They should make a
Nice
Schnozzberry.
attempt. That was a good attempt, though.
Yeah. No, it's a
That's all I got.
that's a Willy Wonka. Snozberry's a flavor that he actually.
The
Yeah.
Snozzberries taste
Yeah.
like Snozzberries. Yeah.
Ah.
Right. Do you
We just put a little stank on the schnoz.
see you, man?
Yes.
So Bob, how about you? What's your pick of the week?
Oh, I have a couple. I just got to figure out which one.
Okay. The opposite problem that most of us have.
Unless, oh, so you're like, I don't have anything to do.
I don't know.
Well, if either of you have
No,
something, go ahead.
I mean,
No, I don't.
I'm always
Kevin,
late. I'm always
Kevin,
late
what's
to
your pick of the week?
I'm always late to the party on watching any type of show because
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I just finished the Punisher series,
So, season 1 or 2?
all of it, whatever.
You binge watched like the whole,
Yeah,
everyone they got.
yeah. Over the last 2-3 weeks, yeah.
And
It's sweet. I love that. It's a great movie.
how'd you think of John Bernthal as Punisher?
It's sweet. It's great. Right on line. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always-
Tapping the table.
See, that's the
It was making me crazy.
estrogen control that you need. I've seen the first season.
Oh.
Thought it was amazing.
You don't know how it comes back then.
I don't. So don't.
I'm not.
spoil it for me.
No
yeah,
spoilers.
I gotta watch season 2.
Yeah,
but,
it's great.
But that you watch at the end.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. He's still alive.
Now, do you? Damn it,
Oh,
Kevin.
okay. Spoiler alert.
Come on, Kevin.
Come on.
Leave me something, Kevin.
Oh, I left you a lot.
Some
dude.
sort of joy.
And the public. You know, there's a lot of us that haven't seen it
Okay.
yet.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, check it out. It's great.
That's a great
Yeah.
recommendation.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Okay. I'm gonna recommend. There's a male and female duo guitarists that I bought tickets to go see him. I've always wanted to see them. I've never been able to do it. Called Rodrigo and Gabriela. They started out in Spain. They're Spanish by origin, but they were both in metal bands, and they got tired of being in metal bands, so they kind of met up, and they said, let's do something different. So they ditched their electric guitars and they started going for like acoustics, like 12 strings, and they ended up busking in Ireland, and just sort of combined the techniques they'd learned being in metal bands along with some of the bit of flamenco touches and things like that. There's no vocals, just the two of them on guitar, and they just sort of got this groundswell, and now they tour around the world. So I'm going to see them beginning of April.
Nice.
But if anybody's looking for them and is looking for there's no vocals, it's just guitars. They're fantastic. It's Rodrigo and Gabriel instead of saying Rodrigo and, it's Rodrigo E, like Y, in Spanish, and Gabriela. So check them out.
Where you seeing them at?
The Fillmore.
Oh. Oh, what's your pick?
Are you the one left, sir?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if I have one.
So,
Yep.
on the home automation front,
Yes.
what was the last thing that you did that you were really excited about? Because I'm pretty sure we haven't talked about it in the podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've got one. I purchased the Kuna porch light.
Kuna, Kuna.
Kuna.
Okay.
So it has. They have different versions, but this one has a camera built into it.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to, and it all wires in just like a normal porch light. It's all Wi-Fi, and it connects through an app, a Kuna app, and it'll send you notifications. It's all hardwired because you already got the hardwire for your front porch, so that works out really well. You don't have to run any additional wiring. It's just black and white, you know.
Okay.
And it can send you notifications when people are on your porch. It has a built-in speaker, built-in like 300 decibel alarm system that you can trigger from your phone if you see.
Fuck, that's loud.
Yeah, if you see someone on your porch you don't recognize or whatever, and you see them like attempting to gain access, and maybe you're somewhere else, like
Or
on
I can
vacation.
scare my kids.
Yeah, in the whole neighborhood. It's also got all these different prompts, these voice prompts. So like, if it senses motion, you can see like a range. If someone's like within 5 feet from your porch, you can have it say like, "Hello, can I help you?"
Oh,
And
do like a Darth Vader voice.
The idea at first I was like, well, that's kind of stupid, that's kind of dumb. But they explain that the idea is because when it senses motion and it says this, you're obviously not used to hearing like a voice coming from a porch
Oh,
light.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
So your natural reaction is to look up towards the noise,
Right,
and it
the light.
captures your face.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, but there's a bunch of different noises. There's like an aggressive barking dog.
Oh.
If you see someone like close to your house, that you can set off. It's really cool.
That is sweet.
Yeah, it's
Did you
really-
replace your Ring then?
No, so I still have the Ring doorbell and I have a Ring alarm system, like I can talk about later. But I paired it.
Next podcast.
Yeah, I paired it with the Kuna porch light, and it's cool because you can. It has a sensor like it'll through the Wi-Fi sense your geolocation,
Okay.
and it can sunrise, sunset, turn light on, turn it off. You don't need a special light.
Oh, that's sweet.
Cool.
So it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is exactly what we were talking about the gadgets. Like
Exactly.
every time he bends my ear about like, have you seen this new thing?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. Like, well, let me tell you about it. I'm
Yeah.
like, at the end of it, I'm always like, fuck. I
And,
wish I
and
wish
that's
I'd
how I
done
ended
that.
up with the Ring, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, you
fun.
you had the ring
Yeah.
because of him.
Mhm.
Okay.
Absolutely. He told me that like 2 days later. I went and bought it, and it's been great.
It's especially awesome for just simple things like last night. You know, well there was. We'll have to write that down. The goose incident.
Oh.
The cement goose.
The cement goose
Yeah,
incident.
yeah,
I was
you should.
able to solve a
I
crime.
feel like you've already written that down though. That's
yeah, but I think I
It's-
kiboshed it a couple
Yeah,
times.
we have.
Okay.
It hasn't been talked about.
okay.
But I was actually able to solve a couple crimes because of
Crime detective.
yep. But fast forward or rewind to last night.
Fast forward.
Everyone.
Fast forward to tonight, guys.
So last night we were hanging out with some unnamed folks, and all of a sudden I'm telling a story, and
You don't do
we're
that.
not gonna touch on how long my stories are. But I looked up and everyone's gone.
that just goes to show
Much
Was
like
that
our
your-
how
was
long
that
your
your house?
stories are.
much like our podcast.
Was that your house?
You know what you should do with that with your.
Were you in your own kitchen and people were gone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you looking at the fridge the whole time? How did you
No.
not know people were leaving?
I was like, let's say I was talking to you.
Yeah.
And the three of us were here.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh, I'm gonna go smoke. I'm gonna go to the bathroom."
Right.
They just never came back.
And so it's still just me, and then you're like, oh, everybody else is left.
I'm like, and you finally are like, "Wow, that was an amazing story. I'm so interested in that." And then,
I think there's
where is
some
everybody
potatoes rotting in my car. I'm gonna have to go check on.
where is everybody else? So I used my Kuna porch light
Oh.
and saw the
culprit's leaving.
The
Yeah.
culprit's leaving the scene.
You know what you need to do is set it up
Wow.
to whenever you arrive at your house, it like plays a theme song for yourself.
I need one.
Like come up with a
It would
theme
be
song.
Spanish Flea.
I was gonna say we might as well go with the Spanish
yeah,
Flea.
yeah.
Like so every time you pull in your driveway, it starts playing. And everybody
The neighbors
knows.
are like, "Oh, again." Jesus Christ.
Well,
Yeah, fucking Nick's home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, Kuna, I highly recommend. They actually they have the old timey colonial kind of
No, good.
porch lights.
That's what Carlo would want,
Yeah.
anyways.
So, but they have a bunch of different kinds.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, like, Bob was asking, him and I were talking about this a couple months ago,
Yeah.
and he's like, well, that's great, but it's kind of expensive, and I have 2 porch lights, so I would need to have like matching ones, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I think I did say that.
Not my problem. It's
No,
your
you didn't.
money.
Of course you did. And but they make ones without a camera.
Of course they do.
much cheaper, much cheaper. So you could get the matching ones and just have the camera on the one. you
Right.
know?
Right.
So it's my pick of the week.
Excellent.
KUNA. Oh, by the way, hey, if anybody wants a Schnozzcast wristband, what do
Send
they
it-
have to do?
Send an email to schnozzcast@gmail.com.
And we'll somehow get it to you.
We'll somehow get it to you.
The man on the street will personally deliver.
Well,
I-
look, if you're gonna send an email to us and you're a first time email listener, like, hey, send me send me a wristband. Here's my address. First of all, I might go, well, kudos to you for actually giving your address to me.
Did you know what you signed up for?
I might just send you a wristband. Or I might go, you know what? Depending on who you are, if we've seen you on like the list of people who are watching the Facebook Live or download the podcast, I might shoot you a reply back going, hey, what are you doing next weekend? We're recording a podcast. Maybe we'll invite you on.
Yeah, let us know color too that you want.
I'm waiting for you to say I'm going to hand deliver them to you.
That will never happen, sir.
Well, we did get our first request for one last night from Tall Amanda.
That's true. And I did exactly that. I'm like, when are you free?
Yeah.
And is it really the man on the streets? Because I would prefer to call it the bearded man in the van.
That's a better fit.
We don't want to scare away every one of our listeners.
Bob yesterday.
What?
Yeah, I re-listened to the podcast about the man in the van. He's like, I'm like, Nick Bader, you're a genius.
I clearly did not. I could hear myself going, I'm like, why don't you get it? I'm like, no, that's the point where I got it. Oh. All right, listeners, we are going to call it a day here for episode 13.
On the Facebook Live.
Facebook Live.
Yeah. Right. Well, you know what, though? We got to give it at least 30 seconds because then we'll be at a solid 2 hours.
Are you kidding me?
Jesus.
All right.
So
45 minutes actual people able to get into the Facebook Live.
Yeah, minor detail.
No one fucking asked you, Kevin.
Kevin, remember when you were listening and we would always refer to you and Nick would say something about Kevin, like, oh, Kevin wants for the podcast. I'm like, yeah, Kevin's got a fucking audition for the podcast. You can't just be a friend of Nick and come to the podcast. It's a fucking audition. It's a tryout.
Unless you're like Corey and you bring a posse one night.
Yeah, that's true.
And 3, 2, 1. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Detroit.
Thank you, Detroit.